Hello, all. Welcome to Illuminate the Oracle. Happy to have you. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning, hello, fam. Always good to see you. Um, so we're gonna get into this prayer, and then we're gonna see what this reading is about. I definitely had the intention on doing person on your mind reading. Um, but yeah, as I was kind of like in my chill zone, going through my cards, giving them a good shuffle, and kind of giving like new energy to a lot of my cards. Um, my cards. Uh, I think when you spend enough time with cards, cards just they move with you. They just always ready to go, ready to go, ready to go. My cards always ready to go, and ready to pop out, and ready to kind of give me signs at all times of the day, child. Um, so anywho, I was just, I had no intention on using mermaids, and I still kind of don't. But for some reason, I just felt not. I felt called not to, not to put the cards back in its full order for some reason. I don't know. So maybe this is the reading for today. So it flipped. I just looked down after I got done shuffling it. I looked down and realized that this card was flipped over, and it's friendship. And then I flipped over the deck and it says solitude. Friendship, solitude. Friendship, solitude. So I feel like I'm curious to see what this is about. A friendship, solitude. So just right off the bat, you know what? Not right off the bat. Let's get into this prayer. Father God, Mother Divine, Archangel Michael, please cover me and my collective as we receive these messages today. We only seek messages of your highest vibration, messages that you deem for us to receive today. Any ill will or evil energy set our way, kindly block that energy, return it back to its owner, bind them in their own energy so they can never harm anyone again. We are so thankful for all you've given us to be able to be here in this existence, in this life school. We're so appreciative for you, Father, Mother, and our spiritual team, all that you do for us, and all the things that we can't see. We're so appreciative for you. So appreciative for this experience. Thank you so much in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Um, it feels like an extra sauce kind of day. All right, so let's see. So with this, okay, so what I was saying, don't mind me. I kind of feel like that's probably the energy today. It's kind of a little bit all over the place. I don't know, but there's a calmness there. We'll see. We'll see how it feels as we get through this, or as we go through this. Um, Friendship and solitude. So 121 as I record this. Friendship and solitude. So there's two stories I'm kind of seeing here. It's like after a period of solitude, um, love is going to come in. Is going to come into your life in the form of a friendship, and so it's going to really be someone that feels like there's something about it that's going to feel instant. There's something about it that's going to feel like this person is like you've known them before. They're going to feel very familiar. You may even feel a notion to trust this person, like the feeling, it feels that good and that familial, that not familial as in like family, but it feels that familiar. um yeah, it's something that you're not going to see coming, because I do feel like this is like kind of coming after a period of solitude. So I feel like for a lot of my collectives, a lot of y'all coming out of a period of solitude. That was the last cycle, was the era of solitude. So this may be the start of it, right? So it's like it's either that, or it's like this brand new situation that's coming in after a period of solitude that's going to start off as a friendship, even though I feel like both of y'all are going to have this hidden. urge to kind of like escalate things even further quite quickly because of the feelings, because of it's just going to feel very unique. It's going to feel very unique that there's going to be like this, like a quiet sense of urgency about it, but it's still going to go slow. I feel like it's still going to be like introduced one, two, three. It's going to go in steps. It's going to be introduced as like a friendship, homies. I kind of feel it's lovers and friends kind of situation. All right, so that's for like a whole new situation, a whole new person coming in. That's A. Okay, Exhibit A. For Exhibit B, it's like this person's already your friend. This person is either already your friend or was perhaps a former friend. Either way, it never got out of. It was the step by step way, but it kind of got stuck somewhere. It kind of likely probably got stuck in the friend zone, or yeah, like it feels very casual. Not casual as in casual, or some of y'all, I guess it could have crossed the territory into a casual benefit, friends with benefits. Um, but that's not everybody. I think for probably the majority, if this applies at all, um, this feels like it remained casual, like it remained like everybody kept their hands where they were supposed to keep their hands, and it seemed like things. It feels like even if this was a current friend or a former friend, that things remain platonic. There we go. But that doesn't mean that there wasn't some type of hope here of something grander, patience, something bolder, and something more true. Wow. Okay. All right. What does my collective need to know about this connection, this friendship connection? Actually, let's do the activation cards. So, what does my collective need to know about this? So, we're going to be pulling on this idea of this friendship lovers thing, um, and why it's important to my collective. So, Holy Spirit, tell me what my collective needs to know about this friendship and lovers connection. Tell us what we need to know about this friendship and lovers connection. Tell us what we need to know. Share with us, Holy Spirit, what my collective needs to know about this lovers and friends connection in their life. Spirit said it's the Holy Grail. Oh, well, how about that? This card says inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. And it's just so grandiose. It feels like a discovery. Look at how bright those lights are. Those orange, well, yellows, and like it's like gold. And then we got some greens there in the background. It's just very, um, it's something about this. You are what you seek. That's really calling out to me the most on this card. You are what you seek. It almost feels like you are what you seek. That's such a lesson that these counterparts have had to reconcile. You are what you seek, meaning you may be very different from what they're used to, because what they're used to feels very different from who you are. And so I'm picturing like say like Greece, right? Like okay. in the Grease movie, the original Grease, how it's like, yeah, they're high school groups, right? In high school, we're used to kind of being aligned to groups, being aligned to different, things that we feel like represent our personality, or people that we feel like represent our personality. This feels like this person grew up or may have grown up around people where it's like this represents their personality, and it probably did once upon a time, right? And as they were growing, perhaps as they were developing, perhaps their early adult years, these people likely spoke to them and represented who they were in that point in time. But the beautiful thing is that it really does seem as though this person has uh, grown in some way. Someone is really, okay. So, upon introduction to you, this person realized from jump, just how different you are in comparison to what they're used to, right? And so this person may have even struggled to even like when they got real excited about meeting you. It may have been really kind of like tricky for this person. It may have felt like they were split already into like two different worlds. It's like being with you and how they are, and being with what they're used to and how they are when they were with them. Like it feels like two different people in one person's body. Um, and the truth of the matter is that they've never been able to look back. Like you would think, okay, well, what would you choose, right? The group that you know and you feel the most familiar with, the group that once upon a time spoke to your soul and once, uh, once spoke to you in the ways that groups are supposed to, I guess, speak to you, right? Do you choose that, or do you choose this brand new entity that is speaking to you very differently, but feels unlike anything that you've ever felt before? What do you choose? Something that is familiar and comfortable, or that no longer speaks to you, but perhaps used to speak to you, or something that does speak to you now, but is very different and completely, unusual to anything that you've known before. What does one choose? And what one chooses will kind of dictate their experience. It's not good or bad either way. It's just going to dictate their experience. I don't. It's hard for me to say whether it's good or bad either way, especially when one is speaking to your heart and your soul. Right? So maybe there is a good or bad, because I don't know. It's really going to be up to different opinions on that, really. But this is the holy grail. The thing is that this person, they're choosing, they're choosing their heart, they're choosing their soul, um, and that I feel like it's unusual for this person, because I feel like they may be very analytical. It's maybe very unusual for them to even do. It may have been a struggle for them to even get to the point where they feel like they're able to use their heart, or they're able to navigate that way. Uh, yeah, that's not going to be a given fit for everyone. That's not going to be an easy thing for everyone, especially if they've never seen it done, um, or raised around people that showcase love in that way or any kind of way. Then it's something that they'd likely have to create from scratch, this idea of what it can be. Um, and so it is saying that, like, that's the lesson, is you are what you seek. So it's like their reality changes. Their reality will always change when they see collective, when they choose collective, because when they choose the partnership that calls to their heart and their soul, they are in fact tap dancing into some type of holy grail. But this is the lesson. This has been the lesson, is that they have to switch and change what they find to be sacred. This is also part of the lesson they've come into earth to learn. Not just discernment, not just, not just discernment in the company that you keep, in what you choose and why you choose it, and what happens, right? After the choice is made, right? But it's also about, where do you find sacredness? What do you find sacred? And so, yeah, I I wouldn't be surprised uh, if both parties in the pair of both counterparts have had to kind of go through similar themes in some way, shape, or form. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all, because this is a person that's a part of your soul family. So that would definitely explain the closeness and how someone can feel so familiar with you and you're just meeting them out of nowhere. So it's, once again, whether this is someone brand new to you that's coming through, that's going to start off as a friend to you. It feels so familiar to you. You feel an instant need to trust them right off the bat because they are a part of your soul family. That is for a reason. But it's that's only true if you feel it to be true inside of you. Um, what else does it say? Star gathering. Star gathering. It says stars aligned, remembering home and soul family. So yeah, y'all remember home on a soul level with each other. Just like y'all remember a home that y'all have no y'all have no connection to as far in this world, in this lifetime, in this lifetime. I won't say this world, in this lifetime. Tell me more that the collective need to know about these friendship pairs. These pair friendships. Oh, this is also another lesson that needed to be learned in these pair friendships, or that will have to be learned if you're just starting it. If it's something you're just starting, it's it says higher heart activation, dropping shields, divine love. Your heart is healed. So these connections will bring a lot of internal healing. So I'm feeling like both parties have been through some things. Um, but I feel like both are givers, and I perhaps previously both counterparts have kind of find themselves in empath narcissist dynamics, because empath and narcissists are kind of like moth to a flames to each other. So it feels like perhaps that's where both counterparts are kind of coming out of, or situations that they're coming out of. Um, but this feels like counterparts coming together where both are givers, and so there's just like this overflow of giving to each other. I don't know if it's like they like to top each other. Whoa, I had to stop myself there. It didn't quite seem like. Oh, thank God for my Libra Mercury. It's like if it doesn't seem appropriate, it will stop it right before it leaves my mouth, unless I decide to be a bad boy and keep going anyways. Um, but y'all may even try to like outdo each other. That's what I'll say. It's like y'all may even try to outdo each other as far as like I don't know. It's gonna be different for everybody, and everybody has different love languages. Um, some person could have like more of a love language of giving items, whereas another could have more of a love language of communicating love or giving love, and there's different love language. There's different ways. Um, so yeah, I do feel like it's for either one or both counterparts. The idea of dropping the shields and totally trusting each other, it's going to take some time, and I think that's the whole beauty about it starting out as a friendship, so you can really build up that trust and build up that sense of yes, we kind of know where this is headed. We know it's going to end up romantic. We know that we have romantic feelings. Um, but there also needs to be the sense of, regardless of where this romance goes or where this romance takes us, that we will always maintain our friendship, and that there will always um, be a maintaining of respect I respect you as if you're my bestie, my best friend, my homie, I feel like it's going to be that dynamic that really gets this connection, these pairs through. I'm hearing it all. Um, yeah. This person could be like very hidden to you now. There's something about this connection that it's just not, you're not supposed to see it right now. This says halls of mentee initiation. It says secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, and initiations. So yeah, I feel like for some of y'all, okay, okay, okay. If this once again is a brand new situation, this is something that's going to come out of nowhere. You're not going to be privy to it. It's not going to be anything you know. It's going to be this person going to be a complete beautiful surprise. That makes me think of the Indie Irie song, but I can't think of how it goes. But I just remember the name of the song, and it's called "A Beautiful Surprise." It's literally called "Beautiful Surprise." Um, so yeah, if you're gonna be, just, I just see it already, whether it's happened or not. When you appear, you're just gonna be such a beautiful surprise to this person, just like fumbling around doing your own thing, and it's just like I could just see how you're gonna be presented to this person. It's just gonna leave them flabbergasted. Like you're not gonna be paying no attention. I feel like they see you first. That's for my fans. I feel like they see you first whenever this happens. If this is someone you're familiar with, or maybe they're currently in the friend zone to you, these emotions you may not. It's like okay, some of y'all, the more super psychic types, may have an idea or may know. But for a lot of y'all, for some of y'all, I feel like y'all don't know. There's something about this card where I feel like y'all ain't gonna know until it's just like coming out of like a contestant show when it comes out the wings at the side, and it's just like, oh, there they go right there. That's when you gonna know. It's kind of like the energetic, metaphorical talk game or dating show, or it's like they just come out the right side of the stage, and when they ready, kind of vibe. But I do feel like this is someone that you've had past lives with. It has memories of Atlantis, so it's like y'all travel together, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. It says spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology, and so it also makes me feel like a certain level of there needs to be a certain level of acceleration when it comes to each step of the growth of this relationship or connection. It's just going to have to be that way, where it's like, it doesn't feel like anything's ever quite rushed in this connection. So it's like if it's something that's familiar, it's something that took its time. It was a friend, this person could have been your friend for years, or years have kind of gone by since you've talked to this person, or yeah. It's something that there's some lessons or some things that it's like the pairs had to do separately to gain the spiritual acceleration. So there is a mm, if this is someone new, it's in a new connection. I mm, I feel like this is going to be someone that's oh my goodness. It's like don't let any and y'all probably already know this. Don't let anybody's opinions on it. Be wary of people's opinions on how y'all do things because y'all may have your own way of doing things that works for you. Now it works for one partner, not the other, but works for both parties equally. But it's something that, and this is, I think, also where the friendship kind of comes in, where it's like there's this openness of communication, so nothing is left undiscussed. But um, I feel like as long as that happens, it's like things will flow the way it needs to flow. Um, Tell me more, Holy Spirit. What does the collective need to know? What's the collective needs to know about this connection? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Temple of Truth. This card says throat chakra, authenticity, and self-expression. So that's another thing. It's just like there needs to be like a build up. It's like this, and this is where the trust comes in. It's like a certain measure of time needs to pass. Not that something's going to take forever, but it's like something needs to build up to something, even amidst being in this connection. I don't know if this person has to build up to tell you their whole life story or everything they've been through. This is not the kind of person that's going to just pour their heart out on the first or second date, which is fantastic. It'd be weird as hell to pour out everything to someone on those first couple of dates, anyways. Um, but this person does have a strong desire to express themselves specifically to you in a certain kind of way. It doesn't feel like this person has a typical interest in expressing themselves. I don't feel like they do it for a living. I don't feel like it's something they like to do. I feel like this is someone that they may have trouble expressing themselves, but it's something about this connection that has ripped open this person's ideas about what they used to not like to do and the things they're more open to doing now. And I believe that's due to your influence. And so you may be ripping open this person to this growth where it's like their throat chakra is being highlighted, it's being activated. And it's like they're being it's like they're getting more in touch with their own authenticity and who they really are. It's like, oh man, what's that? I put a spell on you. What's that movie? Hocus Pocus. I put a spell on you. Hocus Pocus. Um, there's like, I forget that zombie in Hocus Pocus. I don't think his name was Jack. Was it Jack? I don't remember his name, but he had a spell put on him. He was he had a spell put on him, so his mouth was sewn shut. Um, yeah, so that's kind of how I'm picturing your person. I don't know if they've been cursed. I don't know if part of their curse is having their mouth sewn shut. That could have also just kind of been the way they were raised. It could have been something about their culture and the way they were raised. Maybe you guys have different cultures or different cultures as well. There could be something about you that just feels very kind of like not loud, but it's something about the way you live to them that is very unique. How you are, how you communicate, how you express, because this card is about expression. Is very sexy and unusual to them, and it stands out to them for sure. And this is coming from someone I feel like that is not used to or feels that comfortable expressing themselves that way. Um, what is holding this person from expressing themselves to the collective? I do feel like they would. They will though. So I want to ask, like, what's keeping this person from expressing themselves to my collective? But when they do, like when these doors open, when this person gets ready, it's like, and that's probably could be the hesitation in them opening up until this point because they fear this. They fear that once they let it go, that they won't be able to stop it. You know, like once these doors open, this water comes out, and these emotions come out, and all things that they're thinking and feeling come out. They don't know if they'll have the ability, or to close it back up again. And that's how you make them feel. It, it's the way you make me feel. Yeah, it's the way you make them feel. It makes them feel like, yes, they want to proceed. They want to keep going. They don't want to stop this development. They don't want to stop, because that's the thing. It's very quickly into this connection. They realize that you are not just the feelings in this explosion. It's not just the physical that they feel magnetized to. That it's everything. It's mind, body, soul that you tip tapping on. And so it takes time for them to truly understand that, nah, this connection, this isn't just lust. This isn't just it isn't just the passion. That it really is a connection that speaks to every level of them. You got this person, yeah. You speak to every level of them. Now they feel like this is it's infinite potential. The possibilities is infinite when it comes to this connection. Manifestation vortex. This is that energy where it's just like when y'all together, y'all can just make it happen easy. It's just like it's almost just like a wiggle of the nose, bewitched type style. The no, or the it's like it's that energy of bewitched and Ajimagini. It's like just a wiggle of the nose. It's just like the clap of a hand. It's gonna just seem like it to everyone else outside of y'all that y'all just can just make everything happen because y'all can just get inspired to just do things because of each other's energy. It feels like a mirror. So this could be a twin flame connection. It feels like a mirroring kind of energy here. Ah, okay, but this is the work that we need to do. But I feel like this is the work that we need to do before these connections can come together, but this is also the work that we need to continue to do even after the pairs come together. So this is karmic board clearing. So it says energetic clearing, rewriting your story, living your truth. So it almost feels like perhaps for either one or both counterparts, maybe they seem to be one way at the start. They seem to be one way when they were younger. They seem to be one way or a certain type of personality for maybe like the first chunk of their life, right? And then some things happen, you know, distance, time, things happen that starts to, it's that idea of the statue where it's like, in order to get the statue to look immaculate, you have to keep chipping away, chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. And it's like the more you chip away, you start to see certain things out of that sculpture. You start to see some things out of that rock, some features that make it more special, right? You start to see, the cheekbones. You start to see maybe how the eyes are sculpted. You start to see the body, right? The more you keep sculpting, the more sharp and precise those features become. And so, like that analogy, I feel like very much applies to these life experiences. The more that we kind of chip away, or the more that gets chipped away at us, it's like it does the battles that we fight. Many rivers to cross. Those things chip away, um, and kind of make us more, more sharp. That's the intention of these life experiences, you know. And it's gonna bring in all the abundance. Like those experiences bring in those abundance. I feel like this is gonna be a very, for some reason, I feel like this connection is gonna be very lucrative in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if some of y'all are gonna get together and collaborate on different things that bring in money, or if y'all have y'all separate things and y'all just help each other out with your separate things, and y'all can, it comes together either way. Like I don't know in which way they all do it, but it just feels like, oh yeah, oh look at how these both are. They're like mirroring. This is what I'm talking about when I say mirror. They have the very same like color stories. Um, but this one says Anaki light code. So it says energetic shift, new information, and an end of a cycle. So we've approached that end of a cycle. So it's like if you didn't have this person, or this person was not in your life the last cycle. Because remember, we started off this reading in solitude energy. Oh my goodness, they love you. It's love, by the way. But we started off this reading. I don't know what that card is now. But it was friendship and it was solitude. And so it's like if this friend, it wasn't, if y'all were in solitude in the last cycle and that was your friend, there's something about, okay, if they were with you the last cycle, they may not be with you in this cycle, this coming cycle. If they weren't with you in the last cycle, then they're coming through for this coming cycle kind of vibe. That's how I'm feeling it. Because separation or isolation, being in separation and being in this, and this is likely not for everybody. This could likely be for if you feel this to be a high level soulmate situation or a twin flame situation. This is a connection that's a part of your soul family. Okay. Um, and so it feels like this there needed to be a certain level of solitude in order for this to come through. So it's like if this is a brand new, and I said this in the beginning, if this is brand new, y'all both have had to have a period of solitude before coming together. You need to be by yourself before you can come together. Or if you guys are, if this is familiar to you, you know this person, then y'all have had to have had a separation. You've had to meet each other, have an experience together that's memorable and sticks to the bones, and then a separation is supposed to occur, and then you're supposed to come back together. Um, but it can't be without those one, two, three, the steps, right? Um, it's kind of how it feels to me. What else am I collecting to know? What else am I collecting to hear? But yeah, this is the end of the cycle. So there's this energetic shift. And I feel like that's from both ends, from both angles. So it's just like y'all both doing the work here. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. All right. This says Stargate Heart. So this says heart chakra opening, unlocking, and generosity. So you got this person that now is feeling like, okay, now I'm in love. I know now that I'm in love. And so it's time for me to make some decisions on this love. Okay? This person is real positive about it. Okay? But they know that you gotta trust. They know that they have to trust in themselves so they can bring this forth with confidence and an assuredness and love. But they do have the question of whether or not, you can trust. I do feel like even if this is a brand new person, I feel like both parties have still needed to be in a period of isolation in order to heal themselves and in order to have trust in anything new again. So this person may be wondering whether or not, you feel as open to trusting them as they do to this new brand new sex situation. So are you my darlings? Are you aware? I feel like, they now have, I feel like someone has an awareness about you now. Yeah, they have an awareness about you now because their heart chakra's open. Oh, and then we got the solar plexus chakra, inner fire and willpower. Okay, so we got a lot of chakras that are showing up here. Yeah, so we got the heart chakra and the solar plexus chakra. So this like breaking open, you rip this person open. So this heart chakra awakening, them recognizing, having an awareness that they love you, and not just that they love you, because that's one thing just to feel love, but it's like what action are you going to partake that expresses this love, that showcases this love, and that's where this person is at right now. It's just like, well, how? Now that I know that these feelings are real and I feel them, now how do I show them? Because this person is that solar plexus chakra is that motivation, that fire. This person now has the fire to show it. Now they want to show these feelings. Okay, yes. Gaia gateway activation. This says learning experiences, wisdom transmission, and earth intelligence. So this card speaks to me about like Earth School and them So they want to make this physical. They want to bring this very energetic, spiritual connection down to the earth. They want to bring this, they want to make it real. That's why we got this Gaia gateway. They've learned these experiences and they know, like in order to show love, you know, they do want to make it physical. They do want to be physical with you. That is a part of it. They do want to have a sensual connection as well. But there's just this vibe of like everything has to be real. It all has to be real. The connection, um, making it known. There's this energy of like, I don't know, this person has a history of like not introducing their partners, or maybe this person never really is that big on love for some of y'all. So it's like maybe they just weren't, it's like either they avoided relationships or they're coming out of a really tough one, right? But it's like, show me more. Show me more. What does collective need to know? What does collective need to? Oh goodness, here we go. Um, so this is the Shambhala initiations, retreating to recharge, trusting in the process and Dharma. So this very much is a connection that needed to depend. Both parties needed to depend, if they're keeping track at all, of universal timing. That things were going to unravel and resolve and come together exactly the way that the angels and the universe set forth. Nothing more, nothing less than that. And so I do think that, like, this is something that is more familiar, not brand new. If this is like a connection that's more familiar, then that was a big lesson that both parties needed to learn to trust in the process, trust that things would come back around. Because, as I said, there needed to be this feeling of allowing both people to be to themselves. You know, it's like it makes the pair that much stronger and more self assured as a group, as a pair, by allowing time, this time of development in their own independent spaces. This feels like power couple energy. It's like there's no other, that's power couple energy. It's like the universe is building up. I don't know if y'all, I don't think I necessarily come together as a power couple. It does feel like y'all have like these attributes, these characteristics that you put this ish together, and it's just like Powerpuff Girls. This is like you a little spice, a little sugar. Oh wait, what was it? Sugar, spice, and everything nice. That's what I'm feeling here. It's like what Father is doing, what the universe is doing, is like sugar, spice, and everything nice, and watch it go. Watch them go. It's kind of what I feel like this connection's being built up to be, or is, once it comes through. Oh. And it feels like it all starts with like a conversation, a very important one, because it says voice activation, angelic attunement, and divine support. So this is definitely a connection that's being divinely supported. It's, as I was just saying. Thank you, Spirit, for confirming. This is universal timing. This card confirmed what I just said as far as universal timing. It all had to, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. It all had to line up just fine. Seraphim's Gateway, yeah. Voice activation. It's just like your angels guiding us. Your angels got this. It's like their ancestors got it. Your high vibrational ancestors of the light got it, and their high vibrational ancestors of the light got it. Okay, so there's nothing you need to worry about. They're organizing these specifics of bringing these connections back together. There's nothing that you need to worry about. outside of your own healing, and making sure that you're continuing to pouring into yourself, because again, these connections feel like power couple potential type connections. So it's almost like use this time to develop and get your eggs in and to develop yourself. Develop all the things that you've ever wanted to develop, that you've ever had a dream or imagine of, because it does feel like when these connections come together, y'all will be helping each other. But if you ain't got nothing to show, what they gonna help you do, right? And so I think do this time while or before the connections come together. Oh my gosh, my mind. There's something here about this person getting their words together for you, because I do feel like my words have kind of been in struggle mode a little bit today. And we had a lot of cards come out speaking about throat chakra, voice attunement, people getting their. There's also here something about with this voice attunement and angelic support. It's just like some of the you're gonna be guided when it comes to some of the things that you say when you're in conversations together too as well. It's like y'all both will have this urge of doing things so right, saying things just right, but it's like y'all not gonna be able to always say things just right. But it does feel like this the y'all are both gonna be guided every step of the way of this connection, even when it comes to like how to communicate with each other. It feels very protected. Okay. We're gonna end this off because I feel like, oh my gosh, it feels a little bit of a struggle to get things out today as far as my words. Um, but I do want to end this off on what they want to say. So we'll end it off on. Woo! Something could be significant about summer. We got summer loving happens so fast, Greece, and so we're coming up on summer. So yeah, keep your eyes open. Don't keep your eyes open. Continue doing what you're doing, and let it just fall into your lap as it comes. Only learned how to use others, and then I'm gone. Oh, so this is someone being honest about their training. So this is why they struggled as far as communicating love. I said, thank you. I love being psychic. It's so much fun most of the time. What did I say earlier about like this person about it was the love card? It feels like a brand new experience because this person is experiencing love, but they are learning how to express it because of this. This says that they only learned how to use others and then they were particularly gone. And so that's something that this person knows they can't do anymore because they want you to be their girl, or they want you to be their guy, however it goes. It says, if I was your girl, things I'd do to you, but I'm not. If Janet Jackson. And this feels like my collective. So for some of y'all, this person could have um, been in a different situation, and maybe that's why it couldn't come together. And you probably had to lay down the boundary once upon a time that like, hey, ain't no ain't no sampling around here. If I'm not your girl or your guy, that it can't be. And maybe that's what kind of kept the connections in separation or isolated. It's gonna be different for everybody. What else am I collecting to know? What else am I collecting to hear? What was that? A cleansing bath, maybe definitely with the doctor order. It's definitely cleansing bath or cleansing shower. Okay, I feel like this person is someone's tired of playing foolish games, Jewel. Someone's waking up to the fact that the way they did things was just not the way to do it. And I feel like that was a major lesson for them. Is just like, you're not like everybody else. Why would I dare try to use similar tactics on you as I did with everybody else? For somebody, this could be a DL vibe situation, but only if that applies. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Okay. Okay. Somebody's saying I'm ready to stop playing. Yeah, okay, so I do feel like this says "Don't You" by Pussycat Dolls. Don't you wish your girlfriend was fine like me? I don't know if it could have been either you or this person that could have um, either had a third party or had a previous connection. Um, but yeah, it does definitely does feel like this. There could have been this energy of like desire or hidden desire for another. Don't you wish? We won't even. People know that song. Okay, I won't even go into that song. Last one. All right. Trailblazer. Yeah, this is that energy. I feel like you and this person are trailblazers, and this is that power. That's that potential power couple energy that I'm feeling here when it comes to this connection. Um, Loving you more than I admit. They love you more than they admit, for sure. And they do feel like someday we'll be together. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Someday. All right. All right. That's it. That's it. We too far out. We too far out. It's long. All right. So, if you love about it, like and subscribe. Until next time, y'all. Take care of yourselves. Uh, yeah.